Question 7 on the combinatorics. What you probably don't know is what a root is. And a root is nothing more than an x-intercept. And sometimes it's called a zero. So we need to find the x-intercept for this function. And it's written in a very confusing form. So let's see what we can do with this. So we need to rewrite this. So k plus 1, choose k, using the definition for combination. This is going to be k plus 3 factorial, and in the denominator we're going to have k times k plus 3 minus k factorial. And for the other fraction, again, we're going to use the definition. K plus 3 factorial over k plus 1 factorial times k plus 3 minus k plus 1 factorial. And now let's just tidy this up a little bit. So we have k plus 3 factorial over k, that should be k factorial, times 3 factorial plus k plus 3 factorial all over k plus 1 factorial, and this is going to give us 2 factorial. Okay, so that makes this a little bit clearer. Obviously we need to simplify these fractions, and we're going to take the larger number and write it out. So if I'm comparing k factorial to k plus 3 factorial, k plus 3 is the bigger number, so I'm going to rewrite that. So that is going to be k plus 3 times k plus 2 times k plus 1 times k factorial, and the whole thing is going to be over k factorial. And I happen to know that 3 factorial is 6. And as far as the other fraction is concerned, let's see, obviously again k plus 3 is the bigger number, so let's rewrite this as k plus 3 times k plus 2 times k plus 1 factorial all over k plus 1 factorial, and 2 factorial is just 2. And we can simplify this. Those k factorials are going to cancel out. The k plus 1 factorials are going to cancel out. So we are just going to be left with, when all is said and done, it looks like f of k can be rewritten as k plus 3 times k plus 2 times k plus 1 all over 6 plus k plus 3 times k plus 2 all over 2. And here we are looking for an x-intercept. In other words, the root. And if we're looking for an x-intercept, we know we're going to set this equal to 0. So let's do this. And then we're going to have to use the zero product property. So I'm going to set this equal to 0. And on the right-hand side, I have several things I can factor out. I'm going to factor out a k plus 3. I'm going to factor out a k plus 2. And that's just going to leave us with k plus 1 over 6 plus 1/2. 1/2, which I'm going to write as 3 over 6. So this just ends up being k plus 3 times k plus 2. And let's see, when we combine these fractions, that's going to give me k plus 4 over 6. And the whole thing needs to be equal to 0. Well, now we can use the zero product property. And what I can say is that either one of these factors has got to be 0. So k plus 3 would be 0, or k plus 2 would be 0, or k plus 4 over 6 would be 0, meaning k plus 4 is 0, which means k is going to be negative 3, or k is going to be negative 2, or k is going to be negative 4. And I'm going to go back and look at what we had, because the one thing that we need to know for these combinations is that, oh no, let's just leave this as this. So k is negative 3 or negative 2 or negative 4.